Hi guys, so I just wanted to make a little introduction video. I'm Stephanie / Aiden. Of course, I'm androgynous. I identify as androgynous, gender fluid, and FTM. I had my friends write down a few questions just so you guys can get to know me. The first question, explain androgyny. The definition is the combination of masculine and feminine characteristics. How do you know if you're androgynous? Androgyny can be shown through your clothing style, through the way you cut your hair. It can be shown through the activities that you do. It can be shown through your sexual identity or your gender identity. So that would be like the sex that you like, whether you like male or female, and whether you identify as male or female, or both, or neither. And the third question is, what does it mean to you? To me, I personally identify as all three: androgynous, gender fluid, and FTM. I think they all really fit who I am at one time or another. I identify as FTM because my gender generally leans more towards male, so I would be a female to male transgender, but I still do feel like a female sometimes. I do wear girl skinny jeans sometimes. That's really the only clothing thing that I wear that's girls. Of course, I cut my hair short, and I tend to dress more masculine. And my personality, it can be really girly. Like, sometimes I like to talk a lot with my friends who are girls. I like to hang out and do whatever with them. And I really like to cook and also take care of animals, which I think are two really girly things, or they're stereotypical girl things. I don't know if you feel the same way, but that's what I think. But sometimes I just want to go hang out with the guys and just chill and do whatever. So my gender does change on a regular basis. I'm never one thing all the time. It constantly changes. And number 4 is, how does this affect your sexual orientation? Since I am gender fluid, I identify as straight and gay. My female side would be straight and my male side would be gay. So no matter what gender I am, I always like guys. But your sexual orientation and your gender don't necessarily have anything to do with each other, but in my case, it does affect each other, what I would label myself as at that given moment. Other things that could put me in the FTM category is that I never ever wear makeup, and I tend to look more masculine. I never ever wear girl shoes, or girl shirts, or girl jackets. Other things that I do that are more manly are, I love to fish and hunt and hike, play in the mud, just rough house, do whatever, you know. And number 5, how do you see yourself physically? Well, like I said, I tend to see myself as more masculine, but I do have a very feminine body, you know, curves, hips, all that stuff. So, you know, some days I like that, but some days I really don't. Some days I wish that my boobs and my hips were gone, honestly. I mean, some days it's cool, but some days it's just not. And number 6, how long have you felt this way? I've felt this way since I was really, really little. I mean, since I was able to remember. So I was like 2.5, 3 years old. I would always shop in the boys section. I never ever wanted to wear dresses. I always wanted to wear my boots, my jeans, my t-shirt, or my sweatshirt, whatever. I always played with my brother whenever I was a kid. I never really liked hanging out with my sister. Sometimes I did, but it got old pretty quick. I always watched all the boys shows like Scooby-Doo, Big Wolf on Campus, just whatever like that. As for toys, I did play with girly toys like Barbies and stuff like that, stuffed animals. But I also really liked playing with boys' toys, like going and playing Army or playing with G.I. Joes. I also really liked playing with slingshots and bow and arrows and stuff like that. So it's really just something that has always been in me. I just never really put a label on it until lately, because I felt that the people around me were pushing me in a way that I didn't want to go, and I felt I needed to explain it to them in some way, and putting a label on it was the best way for me to explain it to them, because it's an actual thing to be androgynous. It's not just I want to not be girly. A lot of people assume that I'm just going through a phase, that I'm a tomboy or a butch lesbian or something like that, which is completely not true. It's not a phase. I've always been like this. So that's just me. It's how I'm comfortable being. It's the person I am. It's all real. So. And number 7, do others look at you weird because of it? I'd say yes. I'd say I get a lot of looks and stares, just people trying to figure out if I'm a guy or a girl. I get a lot of people telling me that I'm just a butch lesbian or a tomboy, like I said before, which is kind of ridiculous because I never liked girls, so it's kind of dumb. So sorry about that. My mom came home and I had to switch rooms. So number 8, does it affect your family? Not really, because the only ways that it would affect my family is the activities that I do. My family generally does manlier activities in the first place, so I like to do those with them. Like hunting and fishing and hiking and all that, playing with animals. And another thing that does affect them, I like catching wild animals and trying to tame them, take care of them for a while, make sure they're healthy, and then I turn them loose again. So that does affect them because they get to see the animals that I bring home. But it doesn't really affect them in any major way. The only one that I've told is my brother, and he didn't really understand it because he's never experienced things like that. So yeah, it doesn't really affect them. Number 9, how does it affect your friends? It does affect my friends more, I think. I've came out to everyone that I have on Facebook as a friend, and all of my friends that I see in person. It affects them because they can call me he or she. They can call me Aiden or Steph. It affects them because I feel like they know me on a deeper level. And my friends and my friends' parents don't try to push me to be so girly all the time, which is a big plus. Yeah, but at the end of the day, my friends really don't care who I am. They just know that I'm a good person and they love me for it. So thank you, friends, for accepting me for me. Number 10, how do my family and friends understand it? Well, basically, the people who don't already know what androgyny is, I just tell them that basically in my head I'm a boy and a girl, even though my body is a girl. People who don't understand that, I get more technical with it and I tell them I'm a hermaphrodite, but only in my head. Some people understand it, some people don't, but it's not their fault. They just never knew about it before. Some of my friends understand it a little bit better, I think, because they already know about transgender people because they watch people like The Real Alex Birdie and Creating Christoph on YouTube. I also watch them, they're really good. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, they're gonna be who they're gonna be. It's better that I don't have those judgmental people in my life. I just surround myself with people who love me for who I am, and not for the clothes that I wear or how I cut my hair. Number 12, do you know other androgynous people? I do know a lot of people who have androgynous traits, but I don't believe any of them identify as androgynous. I do know a lot of people who like manlier things because they're more country or redneck. And I know a lot of guys who like girlier things, just because they have friends who are girls. Yeah, just really little things, but they don't really qualify as androgynous, or they don't identify as it. Number 13, is it common in your community? I'd say no, because most of the people that I've told that I'm androgynous, they have no clue what it is, so I'm just guessing that there's not a lot of that around, or on the internet for that matter, that anyone knows about around here. Number 14, is there help or places you can go to in your community for this? I don't know of any, so, I mean, I'm sure there's general therapists, but as for a specialist or groups that deal specifically with people who are androgynous or transgender, I don't think that there's any, so I really don't know. Do you or would you go to a group if you knew about it? I don't go to a group, but if I knew about one in my area, I think I would. Even if I didn't go to it long term, I think I would at least try it out. Number 11, do people judge you? I think sometimes they do judge me, but I don't ever let it get to me. Like, they might make fun of me or stare me down or make rude comments as I pass by, but I never pay attention. I mean, I've grown up with all those kinds of people. So this has just been a short get to know me video, and yeah, I might do some more Q&As just to open up and let you guys know who I am. And if you guys have any questions or you want to see something in a new video, go ahead and leave it in the comments, all down there. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.